with Cameron and Adrian. Take it away.
Okay. Hi, my name is Cameron, and this is Adrian. And today we're just talking about sports, pretty much. And so, Adrian, what sports do you like?
Well, I like every single type of sport, but right now, for the most part, due to COVID-19, it's going to be right now with the starting season of NFL and the NBA.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah,
So,
like, oh my bad. Keep going.
it's all right. So the main topic right now is just since the NBA season is just starting, it's just rumors of trading off and a lot of preseason injuries.
Yeah,
Good.
been pretty crazy. All right. So, the first thing we're going to be talking about is Chris Paul going to the Suns. Now, Adrian, what are your thoughts on this?
Well, I mean, right now it's too early to tell. I mean, they did play against the Utah Jazz, and they did lose their first game. It's still questionable if Chris Paul was worth going to the Suns, but right now it's too early to tell.
Yeah. Because, again, it's just the start of the season, and it always goes which way. It doesn't really matter because you could have a rocky start, but once you get your teamwork going in, team chemistry all worked out, everything's good with y'all, they could be like the number one team in the league.
It's true.
So it always just depends on how well your team works together and all of that.
Do you think it'll take longer for them to bond as a team because of everything with COVID, or do you think they're meeting as regularly as they normally would?
Well,
I think it might take a little bit longer for them to bond just because of COVID and everything, and they can't really do a lot because everything just closed down. So they can't be like, oh, let's go hang out somewhere, because they'll just show up and be like, oh, it's closed. Oh well, let's go back. Fun
as
night.
well, it depends on how they're doing things in the NBA, as in, like workouts, team meetings, playing calls. It just all depends right now, because they still have open areas at beaches, parks, but as well it's a lot known for other people like us locals to be just playing in the parks. So it's really rare for them to actually go to different types of parks and beaches and try to plan out everything.
Do you know if they're gonna have fans, NBA?
As of right now, I'm pretty sure they're still doing virtual, like with the little like monograms, I guess, that are all in the chairs. But hopefully they get to allow some fans to go soon.
Also with the Golden State Warriors, Klay Thompson actually tore his ACL in a preseason workout.
Oh yeah, I felt so. When I heard that, I'm like the duo just got broken up.
Oh, that's not good.
Because Klay Thompson is an All-Star player for the Warriors, and it's still questionable right now to whether if it's season ending or if it's just a couple weeks.
Well, if he tore his ACL, it's gonna be more than a couple weeks.
It's
like a month of healing.
It's gonna be like the whole season probably, because a torn ACL is like no joke.
You gotta get surgery and everything.
Recently, he did.
It's like trouble.
Recently, he did get his surgery, I heard, and hopefully he's back in the next, like, as soon as possible.
Yeah, because again, what's it called? Adrian, remember when Curry? I think he dislocated his thumb. He was out for like the rest of.
I remember.
And a torn ACL is like, I wouldn't say worse, but it's more serious than a dislocated thumb. So he'll probably be out for like the whole season.
Mm-hmm.
At least for the summer league.
Yeah.
All right. No. So what else we have is about Drew Holiday going to the Bucks, which I think is personally crazy because they already have Giannis, the 6'11" beast. Oh my God, he just like destroys everyone. So what are him going to the Bucks?
I'm not too sure. I mean, yeah, they do have him, but it's like I said, still early this season. Multiple people are. I mean, there's still multiple trade rumors. I think going to the Suns, the Pelicans, and I think as well Jazz, the Utah Jazz. So it's really questionable if those rumors are true.
Abs.
It's
He's up
really quick.
kind of like first come, first serve.
But as far as I know, right now he's staying with the Milwaukee Bucks, and we'll see how that plays out with their team chemistry. Obviously, due to COVID.
Yeah, it's gonna be. The team chemistry is like the hardest thing because your skills is like that's the easiest thing to work on when it comes to sports. Your like your skills and what you're good at. But when it comes to team chemistry, it's so hard because multiple teams have different ways of bonding and working together, and everyone has different playbooks.
Especially as well.
It's like a whole process.
Especially as well, going staying with the team for quite a while, like a few years.
Yeah. So that's where the big thing comes in. Because once you're with the team for a while, and then like you go to another team, it's hard to like gain what's the word? Like trust. Well, not trust, but like know that they'll like trust you with the ball, or
Right.
like they'll like help you. They'll actually like let you do some plays. But like it's kind of hard because when it comes together in the end, it's like their team chemistry gets more money, so they all try their best, but it's like hard because different people have different styles of working and coaching on the court, and so it's just hard. So that's like the hardest part of basketball, I feel.
Speaking of which, of transferring to a different team after being with one for so long, Cam Newton with the New England Patriots.
Oh, yeah.
And more so, Brady going to the Buccaneers.
Brady's also going to the Buccaneers,
Like,
and
what's
Philip
up,
Rivers
guys?
with the Colts.
Bro, Philip Rivers went to the Colts. I mean, I don't care. The Chargers aren't our team anymore, right? Oh, I don't really care. But like 17 seasons with the Chargers, and they just like he's like, all right, they're giving me more money. I'm a dip. Peace out.
I think it's
That's what it's about sometimes.
I know, but they started doing like really good too because of their new coach. In like LA, they were doing really good, and it was like, and then he just like left a whole nother team, and so that's another thing about that. It's like people just leave for money, and I find it still messed up because you could have like you could add one person to the team, and they could like make or break it. And so once someone leaves, it's hard to find someone to fill that place when someone's been there for that long.
Okay, yeah, well, so then how do you think Cam Newton's doing?
Honestly, I don't think it was worth it for him to get. I mean, for the Patriots at least, I don't think it was worth it because yes, Cam Newton is a 5-star quarterback, but it's like compared to Tom Brady, yes, he did leave, but compared to him, he's been dragging the team down. I mean, they were I think eliminated in the semifinals in the American League, but with Cam Newton, I think they're like now 4-9 or like no 5-6. So I think Cam Newton's somewhat like bringing down the team because their offense hasn't been on it right now.
Well, but you also have to think about who else they lost. Who's the guy that went with Brady to the Buccaneers? The offensive lineman?
I like totally forgot.
I never really followed the Patriots
because I don't really have cable, so it's like hard to find time to like watch the highlights because I'm also busy.
Oh, I just have the NFL app.
Lucky.
I do watch the NFL, but I don't really focus that much on the American League because American League is mostly on the east side, and I'm really more focused on the west side, like San Diego, LA, Las Vegas. Speaking of Las Vegas, Oklahoma. Previously Oklahoma Raiders, now transferred to Las Vegas, getting their new stadium up.
Yeah, that's crazy. Man, what's it called? I forgot the name of their new player that they got from the draft, but they got a new kid on the Raiders. And I was talking with someone, they're like, bro, watch. In a few years, they're gonna be like the next Tyreek Hill. I was like, I don't know. We'll have to see.
Well, I mean, it does depend on his performance and how he's been doing as a rookie. Because there's the shorter game. I don't think it's a 16. I think it's 13 games. Or no, not 13. 15 instead of 16. and it just depends on his performance and how he does because it's already late in the season.
Yeah,
There's only like maybe 4 or 5 more games left.
yeah, it just depends on how he puts himself in and how like finds his work and everything. That's all really it comes down to how well you're gonna push yourself to get to the top.
And
Yes.
then, as we previously spoke about Tom Brady with the Buccaneers, he's been actually bringing them back up.
Yeah.
Last season they didn't do as well. I think um, they went 6-10 last season, and now with Tom Brady on their team, right now they're currently 9-4, tied with the Titans in the AFC South, or not AFC South, AFC North.
Oh, that's crazy.
Sorry. Green Bay. But his stats this year are actually pretty good. He actually has more touchdowns this year than he did last year.
Yeah.
He's already at 30, and then his yards are less, but we're not done yet, so we know he's gonna get them. But do you think it's time for him to retire, or is he's still good? I mean, he's 43.
He is 43.
Hey,
But
I think he could get it till I think he could like stay until 45.
honestly, yeah, I think 2 more years would be good for him, and then that's
I start like laying stuff down, calming down a bit. Can't be getting tackled and getting 4 concussions a week.
as well as Philip Rivers, because right now he's 39 with a total of maybe 5 kids. So it's hard juggling like 5 kids, a wife, and as well as the NFL at such an old age.
He has lots of help.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, did you hear about what was his name? Oh, I forgot his name. Oh, Joel Embiid. He had a kid.
Oh, nice.
And what's it called? I was reading something. I was like watching the clip, and someone was saying that Joel Embiid like planned to have 12 kids, and I like thought in my head, I'm like, dang, he's trying to make the whole 76ers roster.
There you go. That's one way to make a team, right?
That's one way to. That's one.
That's one way.
All centers and power forwards.
Oh my gosh.
But with these new transfers for the NBA, it is like I said, it's early season. We just have to wait to see how they perform, how long it's gonna take for them to Klay Thompson is gonna take for him to recover and get back with the Warriors, and Chris Paul with the chemistry. It all takes time.
All that chemistry, it usually revolves around how well you want to put your work into making this team really good.
Yeah.
Because one man could make a team, well, not make a team, but one man could bring a team up, or one man could break the team down. But one man team. And so it just,
especially when especially when you switch teams, you got to be able to. I mean, you're coming into a whole culture, you're coming into a whole community that's already built.
Gotta like fully adapt, like right from the get go. They'll be like, what?
Because even if you're the star player, you don't want to be like, okay, guys,
This
do
isn't
what I do. Like you can't.
You can't be like, oh, I'm coming in, I'm gonna make y'all do a whole 180.
Yeah, you can't.
You gotta get used to it and like slowly make adjustments that everyone would agree with.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you become a team leader.
How you become a team leader and make a good team.
Mm-hmm.
Cameron.
Huh.
The Dallas Cowboys, they've been really suffering a lot ever since Dak Prescott got injured.
Yeah. Ooh, when he broke his ankle.
Dak Prescott.
Oh God. Because what's it called? My actual dad, he's like a big Cowboys fan. Like he took me to their training camp once or twice.
Mm-hmm.
So like I remember we went and he was like so happy that he got to go. And so I feel like that must have like really hurt. Learned that their QB1 just like broke his ankle. I was like, ooh.
Didn't that happen during a game?
Yeah, in the middle
of
of it.
I was watching it. I remember. I was like,
I saw a picture. It was like midfield. Like it was like right here, and his foot was like this.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh.
on the fourth week, and it's really affected them because ever since then right now I think they're like 4-9 right now currently,
Yeah.
or somewhere around there.
No one's really doing as good as we hoped for.
No.
It's because like
I mean, the Chiefs were on fire. So were the Steelers.
Oh, I forgot who it was, but I remember in like I think it was like week 1 or something. The Chiefs played someone and they like almost lost to them. And I was like, dang. Well, you can tell who's been putting work in the gym through COVID. Because like I remember I was just looking at highlights and I forgot what team it was, but they almost beat the Chiefs in like within like the first 3 or 4 weeks, and they almost beat them. I was like, oh my god. Well, I know who's been hitting the gym throughout these past few months in COVID. I know who's been hitting the gym hard, not just slacking off.
Yeah, because Chiefs are 12-1, Steelers are 11-2, and they basically lead.
They lead all of the American League, or all of the NFL, as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
A team that's opposite of the Chiefs and the Steelers are actually the New York Jets.
Yeah.
Jets are 0-13.
0-13. I don't even know what you do with a season like that. Like, how do you? Sometimes I just wonder, like, if you were constantly losing like that bad.
No, that kind of
keep going with that, you know.
Miss Jones, you want to know what that kind of reminds me of? Have you been seeing that the general commercial, that car one, where it's like a football one and it's like a punter and he's like kicking, he missed like 40 times and he barely made one? You're in. They're like, come on, we still got hope. We got like 2 games left. Let's show them what we got.
Yeah.
But
they're on the verge of making some really good wins against the Raiders. Actually, it was fourth quarter, 13 seconds left. It was 28-25. The Jets were winning, and on that last play, the Raiders managed to squeeze in one final touchdown on a Hail Mary.
That kind of reminds me of last year when we had our football team. We lost to Southwest by 1, just by 1.
Yep.
And it made me so bad.
That's the worst. Those are the worst losses.
We lost by 1 because it was like a good game. No one really scored. No one really scored or anything. But then it was like, they got 1 and we lost. I was like, oh, come on.
As well as the baseball team last year, our first game against Bonita managed to be our first loss. It was late into the 6th or 7th inning, and they managed to get one off of us. So it was heartbreaking for all of us.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's all we have to talk about. Thank you, Cameron. Thank you, Ms. Jones, for inviting me over.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone, for watching.
Have a great day, Mayans. Bye.